Hello students, welcome to new class of moral value. Today we will be learning chapter number 5, Ajay makes new friends. Now, new friends. What do you mean by new friends? They are new, they are not the old one, isn't it? We all have friends, some are old, some are new, some are neighbors, isn't it? So likewise, Ajay is one of the boy in the story and he makes new friends. As if someone is admitted in new school and the school is new, the friends are new, so one makes new friends, isn't it? So that's what the story we are going to see about in the chapter. Now let us start reading page number 26. A lesson on Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar teaches the children to treat everyone as equal and not be rude or impolite to people from different social or economic backgrounds. In this lesson, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar teaches everyone that one should treat each and everyone equally and not differentiate them on basis of their social or economic background. So let's start. The long summer holidays were over. On the school reopening day, the children were excited to meet and greet each other in their crisp uniforms with news slung on their back. They were walking in groups, chattering excitedly. Chattering is nothing else but gossiping. Okay, and what is the meaning of crisp? It is ironed uniform. Okay, ironed. Crisp is ironed. Okay, so like you all have summer holidays and you come back to school when the physical school is there, isn't it? So likewise, after the long holidays, the students came back to school. They meet each other, they greeted each other, and their uniforms were very clean and tidy and very well ironed. Okay, now in the middle of all the shouting, greeting and rushing around, a boy was walking alone, shifting his rather worn out bag from one shoulder to the other. He stood out among the others as his uniform didn't look new and it wasn't ironed neatly. Now, in this all shouting and greeting, one boy was there who was walking alone and he was shifting his bag from one shoulder to the other. And his bag was not in good condition, it was worn out bag. And his uniform also didn't look new, it seemed to be old one. Okay, he walked with his eyes downcast and was stopping every few steps to let the others go past him. He was not looking happy, he was looking sad, and with his sad face or sad feeling, he was looking downside and he was waiting after every few steps so that others can pass him. Okay, so as soon people used to come near him, he used to stop and let others pass him. Now Kiran, a student of standard 5, was walking. So students, have you ever been in a situation when you felt out of place? Write about it. So in this box you can write about your views if you have felt out of place and you have been in this situation ever. Okay, now let's move. Kiran, a student of standard 5, was walking along with with her friends, chatting. She and her friends looked at the boy. How can people come to school without ironing their uniform? Said Jinal, pointing at the boy. And look, his socks are yellowish and not white, added Maya. So Kiran and her friends were walking and they just pointed out the boy and said, how can people come to school without ironing and without cleaning their uniform, right? And look at his socks, they are also yellow in color and not in white. So everything they just talked about him and pointing out at him. Okay, now let's move to next page. Then they all laughed out loud. The boy pretended not to hear them and continued walking with his head down. The boy didn't notice them. He ignored them and walked ahead. The bell rang. After the prayers, the children walked in line towards their respective classroom, and Kiran found herself behind the boy she had noticed earlier on. All the other students in the class were avoiding the boy. Kiran wanted to sit near her friends and was getting irritated with the boy walking ahead of her. Move out of my way, she told him rudely. Then she rushed past him and sat with her friends. The boy sat on the desk near the door. No one sat next to him. Now, what happened after the prayers? As you all children go to your respective classrooms in a line, so all the students walk to their respective classroom in a line, and the boy was there. The boy was noticed by Kiran, and he was walking in the line, and Kiran found herself behind the boy. She asked him rudely that I want to go to my friends, move out of my way, and she rushed and went to her friends and sat with them. But the boy, nobody sat with the boy, and he was sitting all alone in the classroom next to the at he sat at the desk near the door. So next to the door, the desk which was near the door, he sat there all alone. Now the class teacher, Mrs. Iyer, entered the class, and the children were overjoyed to see her. They welcomed her with a chirpy good morning, teacher. Mrs. Iyer greeted them warmly, and after taking attendance asked them to introduce themselves one by one. So what did next happened? Mrs. Iyer, the class teacher, like you all have your class teachers, isn't it? So as soon the class teacher enters the room, you all rush to wish her or him. So likewise, these children also wished them also wished Mrs. Iyer good morning, and then Mrs. Iyer told everyone to introduce themselves one by one, as it was the first day of the school. Kiran learned that the new boy was Ajay, and his father was a peon in the school. He was the winner of the state scholarship award and had thus got admission into their school. Like everyone was introducing themselves, then Kiran noticed that boy, and his name was Ajay, and he was the son of peon in the school, and he won this state scholarship award. Thus he got admission in their school on basis of that. Mrs. Iyer had overheard the conversation between Kiran and her friends on the school ground. She sensed that Ajay was uncomfortable. She also noticed that he was sitting alone, and the rest of the students appeared hostile. Now, what is the meaning of hostile? Here, the meaning of hostile is unfriendly. Okay, so Mrs. Iyer just noticed that Ajay was not feeling comfortable, and he was sitting alone, and the rest of the students appeared to him in an unfriendly manner. Okay, now she showed them a picture and asked, can anyone of you recognize this great man? Mrs. Iyer was happy to note that quite a few of the students recognized him as Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, a great reformer and a writer who protested against child marriage and was also a great supporter of widow remarriage. Now, what did Mrs. Iyer do? She introduced, or she showed students a picture and then asked them, have you recognized this great man? The many of them could recognize, and the picture was of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. He was a great reformer, one who brings about change for the better. One who brings about change for the better is known as reformer. Okay, now next, she told them that she would now tell them the story of Sri Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar's childhood. She began by explaining that Vidyasagar means sea of knowledge, a title conferred on Ishwar Chandra due to his vast knowledge. She then asked the children, don't you think that in order to have earned this title, he must had his education at the best schools and colleges and must have really worked hard? Most of the class agreed with this. It was but natural. She told that Vidyasagar means sea of knowledge, and Ishwar Chandra, due to his vast knowledge, he was titled Sea of Knowledge was the title conferred to him or given to him. So she asked the students, Don't you think that to earn title, this Sea of Knowledge title, he must have had his education at the best schools and colleges, and he must have worked really hard? Then most of the students agreed and told yes. Just as Mrs. Iyer was about to respond to this, she saw a hand at the corner of the room go up. It was Ajay. So Mrs. Iyer noticed that she was about to respond to children, but she noticed that one hand has been raised up by the student, and he was no other than Ajay. Then Ajay said, "Teacher, it is true that Vidyasagar was extremely intelligent and also worked very hard, but he had a very difficult childhood. There was no stable income at home, and Vidyasagar would often be seen studying under the street lights. In fact, he is understood to have learned to count numbers from milestones when he was traveling." Now, Ajay knew the story of Vidyasagar. He told to teacher that it's true that Vidyasagar was very intelligent and he worked very hard, but his childhood was very difficult. He There was no stable income at his home, and he used to study under the street light, and even the fact is understood that he learned the counting when he was walking and when he was traveling milestones. Now, what is the meaning of milestone? A stone marker set up on a roadside to indicate the distance in miles from a given point. Like when you travel, you see a white rock or something, and where it is written how long the journey, how long the distance is from one place to other. So in that way he learned to count the numbers. The narration in its content and its delivery moved the entire class. Like when Ajay told all these facts and things about Vidyasagar, then everyone was impressed by him. Mrs. Iyer further explained many great people like Vidyasagar did not have access to good education, had difficult childhoods. These people still became successful, often more successful than others who had easier childhoods. So she explained many other people are there who didn't have good childhood, who didn't have ample amount of money to study, but still they became more successful than others who had their childhood easier. Judging others because of their financial condition is disrespectful and hurtful. One should respect others for their qualities, not because of their social or economic conditions, and it's important to be polite to everyone, irrespective of the age, gender, or social status. Remember, a person's true worth lies in his deeds and not in his financial conditions. So she explains student that one should respect others for their qualities and not for their social or economic conditions. Okay, one should not judge others on the basis of their financial condition, and one should not be disrespectful and hurtful towards them who are not in good financial condition. Okay, one should respect to others qualities. Now further, Kiran and her friends and the rest of the students realized why Mrs. Iyer had picked up this story for discussion. During recess, Kiran and her friends walked up to Ajay and apologized for their rude behavior. Now students understood why did the teacher explain this story, and Kiran with her friends moved to Ajay and asked for the apology. Kiran and their friends felt bad and they asked Ajay for the apology, right? For their rude behavior. That day, Ajay made new friends at school, friends who realized that it's wrong to judge people on their appearance. So that day, Ajay made new friends, and his new friends realized that it's wrong to judge people on their appearance. One should never judge people on their appearance or on their social status or economic status, but one should respect others' qualities and treat each and everyone equally. And one should treat everyone equally, and one should behave in a respectful way. One should not disrespect others anyhow the person is. Okay, now let's move to the next page. Politeness, page number 29. Kiran and her classmates passed rude comments about Ajay. They judged Ajay on his appearance and were impolite to him. They thought it was okay to be impolite to Ajay because he looked to come from a poor family. Though through the story of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, their teacher explained that we should be polite to everyone irrespective of their social or economic background. Simply put, politeness means being aware of and respecting the feelings of other people. Politeness means speaking to everyone with respect, letting others speak during a conversation, not passing rude comments about others. So, in this chapter, what we learned? We learned that one should not be rude, one should respect each and everyone despite of their social or economic background. One should speak in a respectful tone to everyone and let others also speak in the conversation, and one should not pass rude comment about others without knowing the actual reason behind anything. Okay, now think about it. Imagine that you are in the midst of completing an assignment and the phone rings. You answer the phone. There's a salesperson at the other end. He wants to tell you about the new discounts offered at the library. How will you politely tell the person that you are busy and ask him or her to call you later? Write your dialogue below. So this is your homework, students. I hope the chapter is clear. If any doubt, let me know. Thank you.